forget to like and subscribe. Now please enjoy the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we'll be reviewing the Transformers Age of the Primes Onyx Prime. Now, I know this video came out a bit late, but it's because the primes I got weren't the primes I got, it's because I was running late on collecting the primes, and yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to catch up with the era and collect all the primes that have been released so far. But aside from that, my earphones are also falling out, and yeah, so getting out of that, let us get back to the Transformer. So, taking a look at him, you can see the detail that he has. He has nice detailing. I honestly like the detail. I love the detail. But one thing that I kind of have a problem with is the double jointed knee, if he even has one. I don't know. But I'm just like, I mean, that looks very animal-like. It's just the problem is that when you just slant him over enough, I barely even pushed him. He tends to, it's because double jointed knees don't always work the best, but if you can somehow get it to stand up, the Transformer to stand up straight, then yeah. And so, yeah, so take a look at the detail. I mean, I honestly like the detail that he has mostly on the front. He also has detail on the back. Lots of detail on the wings, but not much on the head over here, and then the tail. But he does have some detail on his tail and the butt, or skirt plate, I think. But his detail really shines on the front. You can really see he looks very ancient, animal-like. And yeah, so I mean, this guy looks pretty cool, honestly. And his spear also is pretty cool. I mean, just look at it. Look at there. Look at. I mean, spear's pretty cool, honestly. And getting aside out of that, let us get into the accessories. So he has, of course, his artifact, which is a very long artifact. This is my biggest artifact I think I have. Well, it's a pretty long artifact. You can do the old stabby on both ends. You can't hold it to the point where it like reaches the floor, but I mean, I think it is possible. Just you have to get it to that point where he bends down his arm a bit, so he can like kind of just like hold it like he's guarding something. And then he also has another accessory besides his artifact, which I don't think the other primes have. I mean, except Star Optimus, of course. But here is this tail, which is an accessory too, because it can become a tail between all beast modes except for the first one, or the first transformation, and you can split it in half so it can become a bow. Grab this and just add it onto the bow, and it becomes an arrow. So you can just do, and you know, it doesn't actually work. I mean, of course it doesn't work, but like, just be cool to have like this, you know, just holding this miniature bow and arrow. Yep. I'm gonna take that apart. And I think I'll put the tail to the side for now, but the tail does go on the back. And yeah, so, I mean, this guy looks pretty cool. So now that we got into the articulation, hold on. I gotta put that in there. Alright, so now that we've gotten through the articulation, I'm sorry. Now we need to get into the articulation. So for the articulation, his leg has a double joint knee, of course, so you can just do this thing. I mean, and you can also go back more. There you go. So you can have a crunched up leg. Just extend it all the way. So, there you go. So we're gonna have to lift up. The one thing I don't like is that you have to lift up both skirt plates in order to turn his waist, but he has a waist rotation too. I can go full 360. And then he also has a leg kicker out of rotation. I forgot one thing. I always keep forgetting this, but there's these things, these back pieces to hold him up. So I forgot to do that at the beginning of the video, but it's supposed to hold them like this, so you know, so he doesn't fall back or fall back. But his leg can kick out, it can kick forward, it can kick to the side, and he also has a thigh rotation that can go all the way around. Same thing for the other leg. And let's just close those skirt plates. Next thing is his arm rotation. This guy is a leader class. He's pretty big. Well, I guess I just broke it. Hold on. Wow, that is loose jointing on the wings. Anyways, let me just fold back the wings because this guy's a leader class and he's pretty big. So his arm can go full around. One thing that does bother me a bit is that the legs kind of shred or like kind of rub against this joint right here. But he also does have a butterfly joint, a butterfly arm joint, which is great for extra accessories, great for extra articulation. But one thing that does bother me is like these legs that are in the front kind of just get in the way from using both of those, and I have a feeling that they might shred, so just be careful when you do that. He has an elbow that can go 90, he has a wrist rotation that can go only up and you go out to the side. And then he also has a head rotation. He can look down, he can look up all the way, and when I mean all the way, he goes all the way. He can look down, side, side, and yeah, so. And then he also has extra wing rotation, or extra wing articulation, so his wing can go out that far. And then the wing can also close in, and it can also go up and down. So same thing for the other wing. And yeah, so that's about it for the articulation, and there will be 2 more articulation checks later in the video because this guy does have a beast mode. Well, actually 2 beast modes. So let us get into the size comparison. Getting into the size comparison, let's start off strong. And all of these all have beast modes except for 2. Or actually, I don't know. I'm doing the math wrong, but anyways. Starting off strong with the size comparison, let's do one of my favorite Transformers, and Razor Claw. Now, I know I always at this guy in the Age of the Primes video, but you gotta be honest with me. I mean, this guy is really cool. I honestly love the black, but that's for the other review. Go check out the other review of Razor Claw. But putting him next to Onyx. Onyx is taller than him, so you lost that big crown. Sorry, guy. And I think he's the size of Megatronus too. So Razor Claw is the size of Megatronus, so that'd be cool. Standing next to Transformers is Transformers Siege. Transformers War for Cybertron Siege. I'm losing my words. 8-face. And if I could stand him upright without him falling. There you go. There you go. So yeah, he's about the same height. Well, he's close to the same height as Onyx. But he's just a bit shorter, honestly. Standing next to Transformers Siege War for Cybertron. War for Cybertron Trilogy. 8-face Headmaster. I can see just a bit taller, but just that like tall. Anyways, let me just. Alright, so standing next to the Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Radisting. And the wings don't count. The wings don't count, okay? So he's half the size. The wings do not count. Standing next to Transformers Age of the Primes, fellow Prime, Micronus Prime, in his Apex armor. So you can see he's half his size and he is smaller, very much smaller than Radiston. And that is it for the size comparison. So now that we've gotten the articulation, accessories, size comparison, and the detail, let's get to my favorite part of the videos, and yes, I'm finally admitting to it, is the transformation. Now, so to start off the transformation, you're going to have to remove this, of course. So just take a spear, and just put it to the side, and keep it with you. You want to just put it to the side. So, yeah, he's always slanting down. So, start of the transformation, the first thing you want to do is you want to grab the hoof right here, and you want to lift it up, and do the exact same for the other side, and just like have them straight up. And I know this is kind of tall for the camera, at the top of the camera, but just want to extend those hoofs all the way upwards and extend the actual foot upwards. And I'm gonna have to scoot back the camera. So, and I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to lift up the camera. Oops. I'm gonna try to lift up the camera so you guys can see. All right. I'm trying to adjust it. Okay, there you go. I think that's it. I think I got it. Yeah. Anyways, so to continue the transformation, you want to end up using those butterfly joints and turning them, and you don't want to close them in all the way. You just want to have them angled, and then you want to bring those hoofs and you want to pull them down with the thighs, and they should be on a joint at the. There should be the joint, and I like to do this to get those hoofs at the right. If you want the full articulation for the transformation of the beast modes, then I recommend trying to adjust those joints for the hoofs right now. And just lift up those arms so you could just adjust that. I personally like to do that, but I mean, it's totally your choice. So next thing you want to do is you want to end up bringing this panel or the skirt plate up, and then just moving it upwards so you can come down to the legs. And so I'm gonna have to be holding this guy for the rest of the video, or not the rest of the video, but for the rest of the transformation, because he has no legs anymore to hold him up. So you want to hold up these heel pieces that I forgot to have at the beginning of the video, and then you want to end up coming to this. It's a dragon head, lifting it up, and you want to just have it angled like that. Next thing you want to do is you want to come back to the front, and you want to turn and look here. So there's the connection to where the leg is to the body, that should stay still, while the rest of the torso should lift upwards and be folded down to where if he was sitting down, he should be looking like this. So then the next thing you want to do is you want to end up coming back to like this, and then you want to end up bringing those legs down and just pull them down like that. And then you want to end up crunching in those legs to the point where it fits. So just, and I recommend having it like kind of just like flat, like a table. So just bend those joints to the point where it fits the transformer. And let's just, here we go, try to get it all correct. And let's just do this. It's kind of hard, just because that's one thing I don't like about beast modes is their legs, because you want them, like, you just want them correct. And I forgot, how about we angle them, because usually when I put them out, okay, yeah, angle them just like a bit with the ratchets. Kind of struggling with the legs, and yeah, so next thing what you want to do is you want to bring out that skirt plate, bring out those butterfly joints, and you want to come up to the head. So I'm going to zoom in on the head, and you just want to close, so those 4 eyes, the 1 eye and the 2 eye, so now the jaw right here and then the beak, just want to close in that head, so it's like that. So now he has an angry face, looks like he wants to eat you. And let me just adjust it correctly. Okay, there you go. Alright, so now that we've done that, the next thing I want to do is, you know that bow and arrow thing that I showed you in the beginning of the video? Actually, hold on, let me zoom back in the camera. There you go. Should work. Okay, never mind. Alright, so you want to open that and slice it into half. And then you just want to make that bow and arrow I showed you in the beginning of the video. And then you want to have this like this, and like that. And then there's this peg right here that's supposed to plug into a peg in the hand. And then you just want to have it like that, and yeah, so now here's Onyx Prime in his Centaur mode. So taking a look at his Centaur mode, and actually hold on, beep beep beep. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now that he's in his Centaur mode, there's articulation, and there's detail, and he's a triple changer, so it's kind of really, really hard to make. So just turning him around and looking at him. You can see the detail he has. He looks very much like a centaur. And I honestly, you can have those wings out, but I honestly like to fold in those wings to give him the more horse looking like form, so he looks more like a centaur instead of a winged centaur. And he has a basic amount of articulation at the top. He has the same articulation he did before at the top torso, the same wing rotation. But it's the new legs that need to be experimented on. So these hoofs can turn back once, and you can give them that old horse look where it's just like, you know, the hoofs in the back like that. He also has a full 360 turning leg. I don't want to turn it all the way because then it ends up bumping into the rest of the plastic up here. And then he also has a thigh rotation, which is cool, but it only goes to a limited amount. He also has a knee, a double jointed knee. And yeah, so I mean that's about it for the new legs. And then the legs in the back don't have that much articulation because everything now is just pretty solid in the legs. Has some ankles, and but the legs can also kick out and kick forward and all that good stuff. And yeah. But one thing I do want to complain about is that the arrow's kind of bending because of where the arrow is, so you want to just adjust it. But then when you adjust it, it looks awkward with his bow and arrow. And his bow and arrow seems a bit big for him. It looks pretty good, honestly. It seems a bit big, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's fine. And yeah, so I mean, that's about it for his centaur mode and everything, because I mean, he looks like a centaur. He has that new rotation at his legs, or the new leg articulation and all that stuff. But now it's time for I think a dragon or griffin. I'm not sure. It's either dragon, griffin, or gargoyle. I do not know, honestly, for this next transformation. But without further ado, let's get into it. So now that we're getting into the new griffin mode or gargoyle, I do not know. I will call it dragon for the rest of the video. Complain at me in the comments if you want. I don't care. But you just want to take out that bow and arrow and take it apart. Take this and just want to take this and keep it in pieces. So, and put those pieces to the side. You want to have them trusty at hand. Just put them to the side. So next thing you want to do is that, well, I mean, the first thing you want to do for the new transformation, you want to bring this head back, and that using that new articulation, or that articulation, then go all the way back. You want to just have him like he's missing his head or something, and then you want to end up going and bringing this panel right here, and you want to bring it forward and bring it upwards so that it covers his head, and it honestly covers it pretty good, honestly. But that's for when I do the detail, you know that. So you want to end up just closing it and just make sure everything's good. Next thing you want to do is and excuse me for a second because something's happening in the background. So excuse me for a second, and I'll get back to the transformation. Sorry everybody for that quick interruption, but let's get back to the transformation, shall we? So what you want to do is you want to bring those butterfly joints again. But instead of them having at an angle, you want to end up folding them so that like this, to the where they're facing forward, honestly. So they should be facing forward, and then the next thing that you want to do is you want to end up bringing those shoulder pads and just bring them upwards, and just have them closed onto the arms, just like that. And you don't want them fully closed on this. I forgot. I accidentally closed it on, and you guys can't really see, so I'm gonna have to lift up the camera. So I hope you guys can see, but okay. So you want these shoulder pads folded like that, and then they should be. And then you want to turn around those biceps. I forgot to mention there is bicep rotation. I forgot to mention that. Sorry. And yeah. Anyways, so after you did the bicep rotation, you want to end up turning these hands and making use of those fingers that can go all the way out like that. They can scratch. You want to end up going to those legs in the back, and you just want to end up crunching them in. And when I mean crunching them in, you want to crunch them in real good in there. So there you go. Okay, so after that is done, you want to have them just like crunched in like that. So it should be looking a bit awkward, honestly. But next thing you want to do is you want to end up bringing those knees. You know the double jointed knee that's back. Make use of it for the transformation. Just close in. So you're just making them shorter, and it's gonna have to do that like that. And yeah, so there you have that done, and then you want to just have those those hoofs like that. And so now you should be look pretty good, honestly. You have those legs like that, and you have the double jointed knee, so you can kind of see how this is going. And then after that is done, the next thing you want to do is you want to end up bringing those legs out to the side, and then you want to bring those wings, fold them outwards like that. And I personally like to fold them out as much as it can until it doesn't look like it's connected to each other. Next thing you want to do is you want to end up folding forward this. There you go. Okay, there we go. So, and then you want to end up folding down that butt panel in the back. Just gonna fold that down. So you want to end up just folding them like that, and then I recommend keeping these wings up like forward like that. Once that is done, you can end up bringing back those legs, and then you want to bring that head down, fold out those wings, and then bring this piece right here, and you want the artifact to face on that piece like that, and just have it like that. And then you want to bring the tail, and then you just want to end up closing it in like this. And there should be something on the butt panel to connect it to. There we go. And then you want to close it like that, and then you want to end up bringing this, putting it on top of that butt panel. And once you've done that, it should be good to go. So here is Onyx Prime in his I do not know mode, but it's his third beast mode, or no, my mistake. This his second beast mode. So this guy does also have some other articulation. So you want, so I mean, no, you don't want. So he does have a new head rotation that can look down, it can look forward, it can look side to side, and it can look side to side, and it can also turn full way around. He also has some jaw rotation and jaw clumping action, which I really love, and just chomp, and then you go get into the chomp. You know, he has no tail rotation. He has the same rotation for the legs, just crunched up. Same here, just the knee isn't used anymore, and it go back and forth. And then the arms, I mean, honestly, you can't really do much with those 3 legs. I honestly don't know what it is, because it has 3 legs, it has wings, it has a dragon head, it has a tail, it has the artifact on there, so I do not know what it is. But those 3 legs can't really do much. But if you want more articulation, there is a way to fix it, and there is a way to make it better. And you could do this, so I mean, and this is the final form of the transformation, but you could also improve it, and it is officially licensed, and that improvement is officially in the instructions. So Hasbro intended to add it. So you just want to make those arms back to the normal position. Bring those arms back to the normal position. Pulling down those panels. You want to fold up those wings, and I want to close them so you guys can see. And you can bring those hoofs, and you can just fold it out, turn it around at the thigh rotation. Whoops, body is off, and then just, and then, so you know how the legs were attached to the same joints in the robot mode, so you just want to add them into the same joints. You want to just squeeze it into there. So try to get that to there, and it's gonna be hard, and because I'm doing this in front of a camera, it's easier to do it when you're not doing it in front of a camera. So the way to do it is okay, so I kind of got it mixed up here. So yeah, so those legs are supposed to go around that body, and I think I should just end up doing, okay, so okay, I'm getting all confused here. Okay, no, so now, okay, now I know how to fix it. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to end up just having those folded to the point like where they're angled. Then you can fold these in. I was getting confused. And you want them fully extended out. And then just add it in there. And then you want to end up folding those arms back the way they were. And then, please excuse my very unquestionable act of confusion, but just follow those around, and now he should be looking a bit better. I just wish he could hold that skirt panel like in the back, because those legs just block it from holding it in the back, and that just kind of dangling there. It just looks like extra junk that's just dangling from him. Honestly, I don't like it when it's doing that. I mean, I wish they could have like just somehow pulled it forward more, or they could fold it back more, but it just doesn't look good when it's just dangling there, you know? And then he looks pretty good. It just, his arms look a bit wider, and those legs look a bit odd. But he looks, honestly, he looks better. He looks cleaner. It looks better because before there was like this huge gap right here, and I did not like that. So this also does fix that. But now he kind of looks more of like a dragon, don't you think? And so you can just pull those wings out, and yeah, so he has about the same articulation when it comes to the legs and the back, but he also has some more articulation, so you can just have that like that. But I don't know what this is. It's a mix of everything. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to say about it. Please post down in the comments what it is, and if the comments don't work, I'll try to fix it as soon as I can. But yeah, so that's the same jaw chomping action. And I really love this jaw. Just I really love doing that. But yeah, so that's all that is for the new Transformers Age of the Primes Onyx Prime review. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Later.